Hey everyone, it's Jeff. Got my 1964 Buick Wildcat right here. It's Brat. So I'm gonna try to. So I bought this car. It had wide white walls and Cadillac hubcaps, and just really set it off. Just really loved the way the car looked. I had a blowout in April on the way to Chattanooga, and I had to stop at an NTB and basically just get whatever they had. The white walls were actually pretty old, so they were pretty dry rotted, and so I didn't want to drive all the way from Chattanooga all the way back toward Asheville on sketchy tires, and so I went ahead and got all 4 brand new tires. They are kind of they're a knockoff or no name brand. I'm sure they're made by somebody, like a regular tire company, but I've never heard of the brand. Anyway, so what I'm gonna try to do a budget white wall. And the white walls aren't gonna be quite as thick as they were, but it definitely needs something on. I like the black wheel, black tire look, but not on this. And so I'm gonna use some Flex Seal, the white Flex Seal. I'm gonna take one of the tires off. I'm gonna do just try it and see how it works. The things I've seen is about sanding down the white wall, or the wherever you're gonna do the white walls. You know, they have white wall paint. I haven't been able to find any, so I'm gonna try that Flex Seal. But I'm gonna scuff it up where I'm gonna put them and use some acetone and just to prepare them like that. But that's about all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna try it and see how it works. And if it doesn't work, I'll just go back to black wall or try something else or whatever it may be. So I'll put together a little video and see how it turns out. So here are the tires I'm working with. These Grand Prix Performance GTs. Got a really tough tread pattern. I got the black walls out. Molly's teaching Sprat how to fetch, but he already knows how to fetch. Anyways, this is what I'm starting with. So I just scrubbed these down with some Dawn soap water, and what I'm gonna do is you can see the smooth part right here, and then I guess this fancy looking part, but the white wall side doesn't. So if you were gonna do this side, you have to take off the letters, and you'd have a huge white wall space. I don't know, possibly. Anyway, so this is the side I'm doing because this is what I'm working with. So I'm gonna let them dry here, but there's probably 1.5 inches, maybe. Which won't be too bad. I think it'll be all right. I'm gonna go ahead and continue preparing these and scuff them up and use some acetone on them to clean the rubber, and we'll go from there. So I just put my first coat on, white Flex Seal. Tried to do basically like a dusting coat, and I really tried to get around the inside, and the letters and whatnot. So I'm gonna let that set up. You can see I used thin line tape on this outside. Obviously this wider tape does not contour very well, so I used a thin line tape, not a 1/4 inch. Some acetone to clean it. Anyways, I'm not too worried about cleanup on this. I got a pretty good distance there. But something else I tried to do too is get a brush that matched the width of what I wanted to do. You know, you don't want to be bigger. I mean, it could be smaller also, but I just wanted to do it kind of in one swipe. But I used a dabbing method, and like right here, I wanted to try to get that covered in the first coat. I let it set up. I don't know how this stuff's gonna level out, but you know, the car itself is probably a 20-footer, so these white walls might be good enough for it. I don't know if I was doing like award-winning car show stuff, I don't know if this would work or not for me, but we'll see. I'll keep going at it. So here we are, day 3, with my white wall, painting my white walls. This is the Flex Seal stuff. So this tire I did 2 days ago. I started late, and the approach I took on this one was light coats, multiple light coats. And so this one has 3 coats on it. I actually had to touch up somewhere, which appears to be good. You know, the edge isn't the most perfect, and I could clean it up more. You know, but from an airplane view, you know, it's not too bad. I think it'll match the car. I think it'll be good. And this is the one I did yesterday, and this one I took. I did one just heavy coat, and it seemed to do pretty good. You can see how thick it is there, but what I'm gonna do on the other 2, you see where the ridges and stuff, where the masking tape was on the ridges. I need to mask it just a little bit farther over to have a solid surface. Otherwise, this is what I ended up with. So I'm gonna try that different on the next ones. These are just the first 2 I did. Something else too, so I masked off inside here, and then of course around here. Something else to keep in mind when you do this, when you go pull masking tape off, the rubber, the Flex Seal, does not know where the seam is, and so you've got to scribe it with the razor blade. And something I'm gonna try on the next ones is actually I'm gonna do a heavy coat, and then I'm gonna peel the masking tape off while it's still wet. That way I don't have to go back and razor blade it. It wasn't too bad on the wheel, because you could get the razor blade in there and cut along the wheel. But I didn't like doing it out here, because I had to trim out here too to get the masking tape off. But you can kind of see it's a little shiny. You can see my brush strokes. The other one was smoother, and this was the one heavy coat. It turned out a little bit better appearance wise, but as low as the back is, I'll probably put this one in the back. Depending on how the other 2 work out, I might put both these 2 on the back and see how these other ones come out. But anyways, I mean, I'll get my hubcaps on there, get them mounted hopefully the next day or 2. This one, so yesterday morning I put a last coat on this one, and I put the first coat on this one, and I let them sit in the sun just like you see right here all day, all the way to dark. And then last night I brought them in and cut them, took the masking tape off. So it worked out really good to have a sunny day just to let them bake on. And I mean, it feels rubbery, feels like brand new, almost like a brand new rubber shoe. But anyway, so yeah, so there we go. I'll do the other 2 and see how that works out. So I went ahead and put the 2 tires I'd painted on the right side, the passenger side. Got the hubcaps back on, the Cadillac hubcaps, and my first reaction is I think it needs a bigger white wall, but it's come back. It's got its elegance back. It's got its classiness back, and so I think it's been so long since I've seen it. And the white on the white walls is so white compared to the car. I think the white walls when I got it, they were kind of dingy, so it didn't have this much of a contrast. But I think it looks good. And I mean, I'm standing 10 feet away from it right now, 10, 12 feet away, and I think it looks great for what I got into it. You know, the wide white walls aren't in the budget at the moment, but you know, I like it. So we'll have to see how they hold up. I still have to do the other side, but we'll do a little walk around, compare side to side. So here it is, about 12, 15 feet away. Cadillac hubcaps, about not quite 2-inch white walls, maybe 1 3/4 or something like that. So here's this side, and the car's, you know, it's just a driver, and of course the hubcapless side, kind of gangsterish, but this really doesn't fit this car. So I'm really happy with how it looks now compared to the gangster side. But I do think those white walls should be a little bigger, or they'd be nice if they were a little bigger, but I don't know if it'd be right on these tires because it's not very smooth outside that. I guess I could go all the way to the tread and have like a 4-inch or 3.5 inch or whatever white wall, but I think I'll just stick with this. It's 100 times better than not having them, and I'm glad I can put them hubcaps back on because they look great. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the other side probably maybe this weekend or something like that, and get all four sort of the same. But so that's pretty much it, and maybe now we'll have to see how they hold up, longevity, and will they yellow, will they peel, and whatnot. So that's to come. Anyways, thank you.